where the big girl in the red accidentally walked through the door over there. Weren't you supposed to burst through the brick wall and scream, "Oh yeah"?
Hey, I got my football, you Jerry fans.
Is that the clapper?
It's the clap.
Did you start it? I mean, it is a Toshiba laptop running Windows XP.
Alright. So this is our third podcast. 3 podcasts. That's 2. That's crazy.
Sure?
I think so, yeah, it's our third.
Okay.
It's pretty bad that we don't even know how many numbers.
It'd be bad if you fucked that
We've
up.
done so few that we don't even know how many we've had. I think the model's working out great though, because we had said in the first one, which was, probably earlier this year, that we didn't want to do them that much. We wanted to do them just a few times a year to check in with people, just to let them know where we're at, what's the state of the world skating wise and not.
This is third quarter.
And yeah, man, this is third quarter. We're about to end the year strong, 2020. Some people chalk this year up as a loss. We've been out here working harder than ever, man. And today on the podcast, we're out here for a couple reasons, but some people don't realize this. Our full-length movie, Forever Soon, turns 1 years old at the end of this month, the 31st. So for this podcast, as a celebration to the 2.3 or something thousand views we have, which is a minuscule number in the scheme of things, but the great memories and all the premieres, we're going to have a very special guest on tonight. So I want to introduce one of our good friends. He's a CT blading legend and big wheel blading champion. He had the first section in our full feature video, Rob Dargowitz. Everybody give it up for Rob.
Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey.
The man brings sound effects. I love it, folks.
Just found out right in time.
How you guys doing?
Awesome.
It's good to see you, man. It's actually been... I feel like we haven't been skating as much the last couple weeks. Everyone's been getting injured. I feel like it's the pandemic. That's the pandemic.
Injury season.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's injury season.
Yeah, you're pretty banged up after doing a GAT pretty recently, right?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Dave? Your knees screwed up?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. MCL, I think, in my left leg. I can get down and squat, but I can't, shoot the duck on my left leg, which kind of sucks for fish brains.
Ooh. I actually just had stitches a couple days ago. Or a couple weeks ago. They're 90% healed. I'd say everybody besides him and one other person has been absolutely horrified when I show them that, but it's actually looking good. So I'm hyped on that because I thought it was going to be this big thing, and they immediately x-rayed my leg. So I knew at least I didn't break anything, which was good from just to have peace of mind, because it certainly hurt for a few days. But I just knew it was going to be a son of a bitch, so I was just going to have to stay off skates. And then it started, even just filming, dude, even just chasing people around with a camera on skates. That opened up the wound a little bit more, which was kind of fucking scary, man. Because I thought I might need stitches again. So I've been taking it real serious since then, to be honest with you. I keep forgetting that this is also a visual thing.
Yeah.
I'm picking.
You've never done this
I'm
before.
picking at my foot. At least I get to hide behind this thing. But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like, everyone's getting hurt. We have Matt Silcox, Big Bork, also went down recently.
That one broke my heart.
Yeah, one broke my heart too.
I didn't like watching that. I saw the clip.
Yeah, he just...
Speaking of injuries, though, you gotta get on that Tegaderm shit. Have you ever used that?
What is it?
Tegaderm? It's it looks like saran wrap, basically, but it's for, I think they made it specifically for burn victims, but, road rash and shit like that. So what we get, it, seals it completely shut.
Oh, I think
for,
you're telling me about
7 days, and it, doesn't come off. and you see it. It's clear, so you see when it's healed, and you can just rip
That's
it
cool.
off.
Does it work? It works on like a rash, like a scab.
It works on
Like-
like shit like that,
Oh, that's awesome.
like swell bone.
Yeah.
You know, like I put it on there in 2 days, and then it was good.
Wow.
Well, I was trying to do it for you, but
I'm too hairy.
you gotta like, yeah, I think it's the hair maybe.
You still have a hydrocolloid on there.
What's hydrocolloid?
You have a hydrocolloid, right? It's like a.
Antibacterial.
It's like it's almost like a little rubber type bandage. It looks it's like
Yeah, yeah. The
it's
bandage.
almost like translucent, opaque sort of. And like
Yeah.
and it gets
it
white.
acts like a scab. Yeah,
Yeah.
it gets all weird looking.
You're not supposed to use like triple antibiotic with that either. You're
Rob,
supposed to, contrary to popular belief, you're supposed to not keep it dry. Like you're supposed to keep it moist.
Moist. That's what it does. It locks in. It's like a
Yeah,
scab.
yeah.
It locks in the moisture and it gets
That's an
all
old
gross and
wives'
slimy
tale.
under it. But
Yeah.
You know, although I was saying to Dave, I wasn't super mad the fact that I was injured or just like out of skating for just a few weeks, because that's never really me, man. I feel like that's kind of not you either. You fall pretty hard and you go for some big stuff, but very rarely are you the guy that's going from injury to injury to injury. Like,
I'm
that's
pretty
some-
much always injured.
You are
And yeah. It
since
could-
Woodward, right?
I can't
But I
remember.
feel like-
I don't remember times since then that I haven't had something like.
I feel like you've just been around the block so many times. You know how to deal with it though.
Yeah, I'm always banged up. But if I was to like stop doing I've learned like when you work. Obviously, I'm not working right now, but like when you work manual labor and stuff, you get good at just getting up and dealing with stuff. So, but yeah, when you're old, it like you get hurt on something, and it takes way longer to heal.
Yeah.
Is like, and it's like it sounds like a cliche thing, but I'm telling you, like after 35, something else happens, and like you just like do not heal the same, and it's just, yeah, you've heard people say it many times. You get older, but it's 100% true.
Yeah.
What do you do other than like
Salt baths every night.
salt bath?
Yeah,
Every
tell us
single
your
night-
secrets,
Like, does
Rob.
that actually work? Because we were just talking about it
For
yesterday.
anybody that doesn't know, Rob skates. Rob is how old are you, Rob? 38?
38 and a half.
38 and a half, new father, but also goes the hardest and skates the biggest obstacles, bar none, of anyone
Yeah,
in
bar
our
none.
crew. So I want to hear the inside secrets, man. I want to hear what you do to keep skating and doing these gnarly stunts like we're about to watch.
Yeah. I wouldn't say they're all gnarly stunts, but
A lot of them are.
it's just a pure desire to like keep doing what you've always done for fun. And like I take a lot of baths. I take 2 baths a day, sometimes 3, with like showers afterward. Like I'm always just rinsing off, and I don't know. Ice. I ice everything.
Yeah, that's key. I
Yeah.
used to do that
Ice
shit
is
for
key.
hockey, like ice baths that like just release, what is it, the folic acid or something in your muscles?
Lactic acid?
Lactic acid?
Lactic acid is, this, I don't know. It's like the
The shit
muscle
in your
stuff
muscle.
that makes it hurt.
Yeah. So like the ice
I think it's like
releases
when you're
it.
dehydrated, right? Something like that.
Yeah, and it releases it when you take like an ice bath for like 20
Oh, okay.
minutes.
Yeah, isn't that like
It really works, but I
this is
haven't
like
done that
some
since then.
JRE knowledge. Isn't that like cold shock proteins? It's like these when you expose your body to either extreme cold or extreme heat, like in a sauna, you generate these things called heat shock or cold shock proteins, which rapidly fight inflammation at a rate that your normal proteins and stuff don't fight it. So it just like reduces the inflammation at a greater rate.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it. It works. I've done it. Like,
Yeah, I think that's why they say like
Do you
rice.
buy like ice bags and like do that?
I broke 2 ice. I had these things that would like with straps on them. You see with the holes in them.
Oh,
Those-
yeah.
Yeah, like I broke those from like freezing them and unfreezing them. Like the seals got weak. What have I been using now? I got a bunch of those little ice packs for like diaper bag stuff.
Right.
So like, but I've been for my heel now. I got a heel thing, and like also in combination with plantar fasciitis from running, I've got water bottles frozen in the freezer, and then you take them out, roll them. It's like foam rolling, but like
Yeah.
ice foam rolling. Gatorade bottles have like studs on them and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like any little thing. Always on the internet trying weird stuff, and I don't know.
That's
I don't go to
good,
the
man.
doctor.
So is like the Epsom salt thing, like, does that work?
And if it's psychosomatic, I don't know. It's I guess there's magnesium in there, which does something. It just feels like it's a ritual for me, and like it just feels good to like, especially like if you're banged up, you come home like it just feels good to slide into a hot bath, and
Yeah.
like salt feels like you're doing something.
Right.
If you land something, you come home, you feel good, you celebrate with a nice. I guess that's what sober people do. The old guys.
Yeah,
Take a
Rob. Yeah,
bath.
you know what? I was thinking. I know a couple years ago we recorded a podcast, you and I, and you kind of got into more about your life. But yo, why don't you tell everyone a little bit more about who you are? Because a lot of people seeing our video or at the premieres, they see your part and they don't know who you are. So it'd be kind of cool for you to tell people who you are, how long you've been skating for, and like how you get started and all that shit.
I apologize ahead of time. I'm not unaware of how awkward I sound when I talk. But
No, you sound good, man.
Yeah, fine.
I'm Rob Dargowitz. I'm an alcoholic. I'm 38 years old, and I've been skating for 26 years, 27 years. And yeah, like you were alluding to, I was an alcoholic for many years. I got sober. I am now almost 5 years sober, and still skating. And like, I don't know, I think I'm very passionate about it because it's part of
Right.
what saved my life. And like, I don't know, I'm really into it. So
That's awesome, man. So when did you start skating? Like in the 90s, right? Like mid 90s, late 90s?
yeah, I probably first put skates on maybe like 92 or 93, and then like I started like skating as you would, like the culture and stuff, and like I probably did my first grind or like tricks in like 94ish.
Yeah, and then you
What
started
skates
Misty
do you
flipping
have?
by like 95.
Oh, I probably learned Misty Flip at
Right.
95.
Recently, I remember we were out at a session and you were like, Drip Lord, I've been doing Misty flips longer than you've been
I
alive.
don't think I said
Because
that.
Josh
but
is-
I think I
Josh
said
is
when I
like-
learned it, and then somebody, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. Like he's been doing it longer than you're alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That was-
Well, what's the first skates you owned?
The
They were
the first skates I owned that were aggressive they weren't aggressive. They were like that I used for aggressive. I had skates before that, but they were like, I think they came out of a bike magazine or something. But I think they were called Performance something.
Yeah.
And they were just soft wheel, probably 72 millimeter like rec skates. But those were the first skates I ever took the middle wheels out and put the wrench in and like made it into like anti-rocker and learned how to like take the stop sign and
So what was the
lay it down.
first aggressive
And then I
one?
had then probably the next year is when the Rossi's Lowriders came out, which were metal frame. They would call them vert skates back in the day, but like they were trick skates to me. So I got those. And yeah, they also had the streets, and then my friend got streets, Rossi streets, and they were like more for street.
you buy 'em
they were
from a
plastic
shop?
frame. Yeah, I got them in Long Island. I was on a boat trip with my family to Port Jeff, and there was like a skate shop that you just like happened upon, and they had like trick skates.
That's sick. I remember like the first time I even bought, when I started like skateboarding and shit, like the first place I went was B17 in Woodbridge.
Yeah.
That was a dope spot. And I saw like a Razors demo from like Flow guys. Maybe Pat was in it, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, Pat used to ride Flow for Razors, right?
Did he?
I don't
That's
know.
what I heard.
That's what I heard.
That's what he
too.
said.
He could have, for sure.
B17 was sick, dude.
Which one? The one, because there was a couple of them.
I only know the one that was in Woodbridge that, I mean, it looked like an old airplane hangar, right? Or something.
Sort of did it have like the A-frame and it had a wall ride on one side?
Yeah, it had the
and
huge vert wall,
yeah.
and it had like a really good size half pipe. It wasn't like too big. It was like maybe 8-10 feet.
There was
And
some-
you were skating the whole time, pretty much through your youth and high school and stuff. And
Oh yeah,
did
no,
you
I
skate
skated
through your like alcohol days.
I don't think a year went by where I didn't at least like go down to the skate park and like throw my skates on with like a hangover and be like and like give it a shot. But like yeah, there was like 5 years where I pretty much didn't. But then, yeah, I would say like that was my break, and I came back like 2016, 17.
Okay. So yeah, just kind of when we met.
Yeah.
At that skate park in
Yep.
East Haven. Yeah, Rob was actually the first person I met out of, the tall boys and what this crew's become. He I got found out about this Facebook group through Dave, and I posted that this East Haven skate park existed and had lights. Rob immediately came down, and I was blown away. He was doing
So you didn't know it.
he was doing
it even
fakey
existed,
flares.
right?
He was doing tricks I'd never seen anybody do.
I was like, wait, no. There's not a skate park behind East Haven Hockey Rink.
I heard I saw that. I remember I saw the post, and I was like, "Holy shit! There's a park with lights." And I was like, "I'm gonna go." I didn't know you. I was like, "There's gonna be a kid rollerblading there. I'll go skate." And that was that
Look
day.
at how far we've come, man.
Yeah, man, here we are.
Oh man, but that's awesome. Yeah, because it's I don't know. Like I think about how long we've been skating now and how much footage I've been able to capture of you. I feel like I have never seen any sections or any videos of you outside of what you've thrown together on your Instagram over the last couple of months.
Yeah, I've been getting into that. But yeah, no, there's footage and like there's old stuff. I have tapes and like yeah, I'll get the I got the shoebox with all the old stuff in it and like.
Isn't Maddie supposed to digitize it?
I gotta go through the tapes.
I gotta see that stuff.
I had a camera. There may be some
You
stuff.
should get like
Old
the
Park
Park
Street or what?
Yeah, no, there's there's street stuff, park stuff. There's stuff from. There's not a lot of traveling in it, but like, yeah, there's people. I got tapes of people that are no longer with us. I got people that like don't skate anymore. That would like, yeah, no, I got classic old stuff. But
From Connecticut.
You said you had
mostly?
like a bunch with Billy.
I was the guy. I was the kid. I was a kid with a camera back in the day, and like, but yeah, no, yeah. I got a session from White Rail. There's this one specific tape I'm thinking of.
White Rail in Bridgeport.
It was White Rail in Bridgeport, and
right
I think
across the train station, right?
yeah,
It's Cabot.
this was like it was in like 2000 or something, maybe 99 or something, maybe somewhere around there. But yeah, it was Billy O'Neill and a bunch of the Philly dudes. And a couple of New York dudes. I think the Kelsos were there on that. I gotta find the tape. But yeah, no, there's some cool stuff. But
Lost footage. I'd love to see it.
yeah, actual lost footage that like I lost for a long time. I found it.
It'd be cool
That's
to
so
like
dope.
use some of that and like transpose it over like your next section or something. And man, fuck it. If it another year goes by, man, maybe we'll make you a 40 edit with that. That would be dope.
Yeah.
That
Like
would
time
be fucking
passing.
sick.
That would be
Even that, but there's
2022. Yeah.
that's funny because like there's old stuff that I'll never. It's probably destroyed now, but like I used to make videos with a cassette in a camcorder, and like I have like competitions that I won in 1995 and shit. Like I had like sponsor me. We'd go out and film sponsor me tapes and stuff.
Sponsor
With a
tapes
like
were
a-
so 90s.
Like an actual
Like
camera.
now, I love that though because now, like on Instagram, it's basically sponsor me tapes. It's just sponsor me contests.
Yeah,
Essentially.
it's like your whole profile is your
sponsor me tape
It's with everything now. Like your online presence is
your everything.
marketing. Yeah.
Is your
Personal
brand.
brand.
Personal brand. I hate that term.
Yeah. Same.
But nah, it's like that is really cool.
There needs to be another contest like Conjure did. That was like.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was actually just thinking that there was like the Conjure contest where it was like amateur and they would put you on and whoever won, right? It was like one spot.
It was Rob Kellett. I think he won. Yeah.
Yeah, Rob Kellett. That's right.
Yeah.
Yo, actually, not to drone
Shout
on.
out Rems, dude. Like not many people ride Rems anymore.
I know. Actually, that ski company that I always rep, Level 1, they actually have every year, they'll have this contest. It's called Super Unknown. They've been doing it for like 10 plus years. And people submit edits, and over the internet, people will like up and down vote them. Whichever ones receive the most votes move forward in a series of rounds, and whoever wins at the end with the best edits consistently becomes part of the Level 1 crew, and they film like
That's
the whole
sick.
year in the movie. It's really
Well, that's
awesome.
like because it had money.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean that comp was cool. The IRL and my one.
Yeah, exactly. Shout
That
out
was
to
a lot of money,
Iron
yeah, that was a
man.
lot
That
of
was $4,000. Like, distributed across like amateur, pro, some bonus giveaways, like because they gave away like $50 to Savison, they gave away $50 to Cameron Talbot. I like that because those were still exemplary ones. Cameron's was only 2 clips.
I think they were a little overwhelmed. They were like, oh shit.
Yeah.
We got mad pros now competing. We gotta make 2 divisions.
Yeah. I wonder how they came up with the extra money so fast. Crazy.
Who knows?
Who knows, man? I don't know. But I think it would be kind of a cool idea to do something special since Forever Soon's turning 1 year at the end of the month. So, Rob, I know this section means a lot to you, and we put in a lot of work going after work and weekends and shit, filming these solo missions. And a lot of this stuff has some sentimental value too. Like some of the stuff you skated back in the day in your alcoholic days, and a lot of these tricks had a special tie to it. So I figured we could pay homage to that, celebrate Forever Soon turning 1. We'll watch your section on the screen, have the people on the video watch it along with us. And if you want to stop at any point, we could pause. If you want to talk about, if there's like a specific rail or something that you have a story about,
Yeah.
I think it would be cool, man.
Yeah, man.
Do you have anything to say about your section before maybe we watch it? I know we I loved it too before we even get into it. I loved how involved you were when it came to the editing process. Almost nobody would come over after work every day and want to like piece
so
it
fun.
together.
And you were one of the only people that was like, all right, I got like a list.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, I was like, dude, I have a list and I keep adding to it. That's my
organize your shit. Like do shit for a reason. You
Yeah,
know?
you're
Make it a little special and like.
A lot of people just go with the flow though. They just kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming over is like that's the funnest part of like that's what everybody like wants to like. Okay, send me the clip. Like you want to see your clips. I didn't watch like barely any of those clips. I didn't see. There's some on there I didn't see for like a year. Even out filming, like, want to see that? I'd be like, nah. And then, like, I came over one day and, like, saw all the clips I hadn't seen. I was like, oh, shit. And you forget you did shit, and, like...
It's a good feeling, right?
Yeah, no, it's
when
fun.
you get
That was
everything on the
fun as hell.
timeline. No, it was great. And I love that because, like, I feel like, again, there is a lot of tricks that you did that, you hit rails 20 years ago. And
That's what this was a lot. A lot of shit in here was stuff I already like. It was stuff I did back in like way back in the day, and like as a kid, and like now I'm an adult, and like I'm having so much fun skating, like how I did as a kid, and like new shit, and like having all this and making videos and shit. It's fun. So like I went back and did a lot. Like went back to like the hometown and did a bunch of like, shit from back in the day. So it's not like the most progressive. I'm fucking old, and like the landings aren't really clean. I'm fully aware that I step onto my grinds and shit now, and like I don't give a shit. It's like,
but it doesn't matter.
I love going out in the
matter.
street and like
But yeah,
shredding.
dude, you are like
This one's a banger, dude.
Yeah, it's a banger, and it starts the video off proper. Like you start it, and like the intro hits, and you're like, all right, this video is gonna be cool. And then it fades out right into your section. Like there's no transition. It's just fades to black and then right into that toe roll where you're bashing your face. So like
Yeah, as soon as we finished it, we were like, yeah, that like sets the tone. You know, like sets the tone for the video.
Yeah.
For sure.
yeah. Any before we watch it, any tricks that like stand out to you before like we watch it? Well, first of all, when was the last time you watched your section? I don't really watch mine or like the video too often, but sometimes I'll go back and like reference parts of it or show someone something. So I'm curious.
I showed my daughter like as soon as I started noticing that she notices like the TV and would like watch, I'd pop it on. There's daddy doing that. And
Oh, that's awesome.
so that was probably the last time I watched it.
Fuck yeah. So any like particular tricks that stick out to you that are extra special that like you are like, man, I'm so happy we got that on there?
I think there's a couple, but it's kind of long too. It's like a 4-minute section, so.
Yeah.
I think the kink rail in, was it Derby or?
Oh yeah, in
somewhere?
Ansonia, that was
That
cool.
one where I was like, when I just got the camera.
That was cool because that was my first rail, and like, yeah, we'll get to that.
Pause. Alright. So yeah. Alright, let's begin. Let's take a look. And again, if you want me to stop along the way, we
I
will
could
do
clap
that.
it so we have time.
Yeah, so toe roll. That's the spot down the street from the house I live now. And I separated my shoulder right there.
Dude, you were so close to that little iron pipe that was sticking out.
Oh yeah. No, I remember that. And that little can that I taped in there,
Alright, let's go right here.
still there to this day.
So at that point, you had like put a can that you
Yeah, that's
cut.
a tall boy right there.
That's a tall boy. That's
Like that's a tall boy cut up with duct tape in there because there's like probably like a 3-inch gap right there.
and on the end of it, you see like at the end of Rob, like where it comes out at the end of the ledge there.
There's
like a piece of rebar that's sticking
Oh, that's-
vertical
yeah, that's
out.
what it was, rebar.
So that's why it was so scary because like you hit your face
It was,
and it's going right.
it
to
would have
the
just
distance.
tore me up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a what are those called? Step on backslide.
No, that was fun.
Fully grabbed though. Spot at the mall. See that later.
I like that the section kind of builds.
Oh yeah, ramps up.
Who's the band again?
Oh, Motor Teresa, my boy Joe Mastracchio.
Shout out, I've seen them before.
Yeah, no, that was. I've heard this song. Perfect. Springfield. The Wesleyan. Just a stupid safety porn for variety. Cause I do.
I like this line. You go across the street.
I love anything where you shoot.
I love the way you look, and then you're like, it's on.
Anywhere where you can like. I like the danger of street skating. Like I like shooting out into the street and like having cars and like I don't know. I think that looks rad. Savannah going one way. Later, there's a Savannah going the other way. I don't do Savannahs or switch ups, so like it was cool to have like Savannah both ways in the section.
The swell though.
Oh God, yeah, it's still there.
Gotta go back to that stuff.
Oh
This-
my god, yeah.
So
So you
that's-
gotta tell people about this gap.
That's special to me because, well, it's been done on a skateboard before. Jim Greco.
The Greco.
From
Yeah.
West Haven, like down Hero, like he's done that gap on a skateboard, and to my knowledge, I don't think anybody else has ever done it. But
Hell
that
no,
was
I don't know. I don't think anyone's ever done it.
no. Those steps are to the courthouse in New Haven, and a couple of years ago when I went to jail for stuff, I had to report to jail. I had to go to court in the morning, and that's when they, you go to your court date, and then that's where they book you. I knew I was going to jail. I had to do time, so like, I went there wearing 5 pairs of underwear and t-shirts and stuff because you could bring certain stuff in. They'll let you like keep wearing and stuff. Like I was ready to go in, but like,
Wait, they let you keep 5 pairs of underwear?
yeah, no, if you like you can keep the underwear you're wearing. So if you're going to jail, like throw 5 pairs of, like go to court with like 7 pairs of underwear on.
Yeah.
You can you have all these extra underwears while you're. But like, so I went there in the morning to go to like my court date, but like I knew the first day is like it sucks and like it's but I was an alcoholic, so I got hammered. Nice, thank you. Hammered.
Podcast of
I had a-
sobriety.
Yeah. I got hammered. I forget even what I drank. I brought a bottle. I walked from my house to court with all my underwear on and my sweatsuit and like just a bottle, and I'm like, dude, I got hammered and I had a pack of cigarettes, and I remember being like, all right, it's time for me to go in. I was sitting there with a homeless guy, and like he was partaking with me, and I gave him the rest of my cigarettes, and I went into court, and like that was the plan. But I woke up in the hospital like sometime in the afternoon. Like if that's not rock bottom, like that was one of my rock bottoms. But like so I ended up going to jail like a month later and everything got straightened out. But it's really cool to like when you're out skating and you're filming and you see this gap and they're on those stairs, and like you think about like what like the part of your life that like transpired on those stairs, and like
How
No, that was
overcome it, man. You
and like
jumped over
I was
the
feeling
obstacle.
good that
Like,
day on
literally,
skates,
Like
and
literally. Alright, let's roll it.
had to fucking cross that one off the list.
Mark Warner watching the cars.
Yeah, that was the best landing, but that I needed a sus slide because I like to check off every type of trick intersection. So like I needed a little like tough slide. That's a rail I did so many times back in the day. That was always scary.
That was
Like
crazy.
it was in all the early sponsor me tapes, and just go back and throw salt on it. I like doing
I like
those.
that trick.
I love
That's a
doing
cool
those.
trick.
This is a spot we found. Skating something
Yeah,
else
that was
around
a sick
there.
one.
Another old spot from hometown. Skated a million
I like how
times.
you
Just had to go
skate
film it.
Ground controls too.
Yeah, this is all anti.
All anti.
Well, no, I think there's some wish frames in here, and then mostly anti. This rail's awesome. It's the first rail I ever did. That last part right there. That it's like an 8 stair. That's the first rail, handrail I ever did. I was probably like 11 or 12 years old, and I remember I took my shoes off and I had socks on, and I ran and I jumped on it. I slid down the rail in my socks and landed in the grass or whatever, and I was like, yeah, I got this. And I think I rode my bike there by myself one day.
Front
and
side?
just front sided the shit out of it, and then like like a sponsor me tape back from like '98. I think I front sided. That rail goes up through the woods, like it's 116 stairs, but you can do a lot of the bottom, and I think I did in an old video that hopefully I find one day. Like I did the last like 50 or 60 stairs, like. Dude, I front sided it, but like.
Did they replace the whole rail? Like, is this
Yeah, a
still a
tree.
rail?
And I went back after this was filmed. A tree fell on it in a storm, took the rail out, and recently they replaced it. So
Is it still there?
it's. I don't think it's the same rail, but it's the same type of. It's skatable. The whole bottom's skatable again, and yeah, that's a classic spot. I like this part right here. I don't know who edited it, but see how that transfers right there?
Make the clip. Like I almost didn't like. Put
No, that was kind of ugly, but the way I land and then the way it like edits, it goes into there. And that was my other Savannah going the other way. This is just a step on Mizu around a curve
Brings
and
you
the
back
360
to-
out. I just liked it. You see a little. This is where I get my. If you look real close, you can see Mark's face right there. That's an assist because I had to. That ramp would come up, but as soon as you let go of the button, it would go down. So somebody had to hold the button.
Yeah, I always
Went
wondered
up.
that. Like, don't they stop though? Like,
The way that's the Tall Boys training facility. That's where we like always skate
Dude,
and
I
shit.
haven't
We were
seen
there
any
one day.
U-Haul.
We were there one day and we look over and it's like just like a video game. Like a new zone opened up. That door was open, and then I found that button and that thing goes
found
up.
secret tape. And
Yeah,
the rest
like,
is
but-
history.
You have to. Somebody had to hold it because I guess it like. But yeah, I figured we had limited time, so Mark held it and. I think I had to do it twice because I think I busted my ass first time, but like.
That's so dope. Dude.
Who's
I've
that?
never seen another clip of someone even using one of those.
I found out my truck fits right there. Like I could have. I gotta go back.
Yo, this clip got so much hate by the biz, but everybody else loved it. This
See,
one,
that's
like,
a cool trick.
it's a cool trick, and also like we had 2 premieres this video, one friends and family, one other bladers, some who knew us, some who did not, probably 50-60 there, and both premieres people also shared this clip.
It's ugly as hell. Like that's
Dude,
a
like,
weird looking.
I've never seen anyone else do that.
I think I saw Colin Martin do it. But that's, dude. Like it's ugly and it was weird. But like I didn't touch that thing and like it
Small
like
tricks.
this spot right here.
Street Misty. Just
That spot right there is literally right down the street from my house, and I never saw it until the day I realized, or the day I found out my wife was pregnant.
tell a story of this, man.
That I think the coolest thing in the world is like skating a car or like your car. Like I had a magazine when I was a kid, and like they wrote an article about a guy who like made a launch ramp, and he brought it out. He parked his Jeep in a parking lot, and he was gonna jump it on rollerblades. And it was an article about kids from the neighborhood helping him like move the. It's an article about like a dude jumping his truck on rollerblades. I'm like, yeah, like it's just I thought that was awesome, and I think skating cars and your own cars like really cool in this day.
It's always
I thought
gonna
it was
be
a
cool.
great
It's
idea.
always gonna be cool.
I wanted to just roll across the top, but I have these ridges, so I had this table in the back, and I put it on top, and like I was like just willy nilly, like let's just do this real quick, like
Not secure whatsoever.
yeah, and it did. There was like a teeter totter effect, and these stairs right here, we were skating at Wesleyan, and that was the 15 set, and like I'm way too old to be jumping shit like that, but like I was training for the New York City Marathon at the time, and my legs were feeling weak. I ran 16 miles
It's a
that
hell
day.
of an ender, man, honestly.
But I was also
back.
skating a lot like distance, so I knew that like I was used to going a million miles an hour down the trail, and like I was used to avoiding things, and I just thought in my head, if I was going too fast down the trail and these 15 stairs just popped up in front of me, I'd probably make it. Like I'm just that, like I'm ready to like. So like I'm wearing like more agile skates right now. Why don't I just do that? And then it took like 3 tries, but yeah, that one was fun.
It
I
is-
like doing that.
It's a truth. The faster you go, less time it's gonna take.
Yo, Rob. So,
Fuck, I don't need to go faster.
a lot of intersection, a lot of gaps, a lot of big rails. I know you have kind of a philosophy when it comes to different styles of skating. You're one of those people that rides both flat and anti-rocker. So, typically, do you use anti-rocker for gaps? Or, like, what's your philosophy on that?
That's what I did notice. I did that when you know this when we were filming for this video. I practiced. I wanted to do a 540, and I was practicing it all morning, and it was not working out. But I threw the anti-rockers on, my anti-rocker skates on, and you get better like torque or something. Like you can land better anti-rocker. Like it locks
Yeah,
you
it
into your land,
slammed it.
and like
Yeah.
spinning when you jump. Like you can wind up hard and pop off. Like I don't know. When you've been skating for so long, you're in tune with everything. And
I think it's like when you land because you have less surface area. Right, if you have more surface
it's a harder
area,
landing on anti because it's more shocking, but it's really stable because there's only 4 points of contact and it's like a square, and then like
Yeah.
if you have 4 flat, or like especially if there's a flat like that last gap was, I don't know how I didn't swivel out of it. Those were wish frames. Like it's harder to land, like especially from a spin without spinning and like lock your land.
I'd love to hear like who's the back to blading guy? Like his theory. on
Lawrence.
that. Yeah,
Oh.
Lawrence. Like what he would if I could get the explanation of that, but I think it's true. Like when you're landing a spin especially, you're on railroad tracks. Like you're not moving left or right. It's not
Yeah.
easy to do that. So when you stick like a gap, it's like just sticks, you know? I don't know. I think that's
I think you could do both though. People,
can.
But a lot of the people who do big gaps, what are they? Do they ride flat or anti-rocker mainly, or is it kind of an even?
Dude, most pros ride anti-rocker.
You think?
Let's just say it.
Is that the truth? You think most pros ride anti-rocker?
I don't
I think
know.
everyone's just like trying to get their fix right now.
I feel like there's a flat wave. I feel like people are riding flat right now.
I just know that I'm an adult and I can drive. If I feel like driving around with 10 pairs of rollerblades in the back of my truck, that's what I do. And I have every type of skate. So like, I don't know. If I had 1 pair of skates though, like if I had 1 pair of anti-rocker skates, I would still just skate them all the time and just go through new wheels and shit. But
That's the only.
when you have all these options and you have like the means, like, fuck,
Yeah, I mean,
up a quiver.
I just went back to anti-rocker.
From
Yeah.
what? Medium wishes.
Yeah, medium wish. I was like part of the pre-order for the mediums.
Why'd you go back? You just getting wheel bite and shit?
Yeah, I think just eventually you can't. You're just not like I was talking to Dylan Hop about it. Like front torques, dude. Like I was trying a front torque. It's so much harder to do that in flat. Like it's just like I don't know.
You do
For
shit.
grinder blading, anti-rocker.
Yeah. There's like,
If you're doing switch ups and shit, like
there's different shit like to skate and use
I
different
love
setups.
skating park flat though. That's like
See,
so
I
much better.
Yeah, no, I like skating park.
Yeah, nothing's better than cruising a park that's like super smooth, like bowls and shit flat for sure. Annie Rocker,
Yeah.
I feel like that's a drag. It can be a drag.
Yeah.
Because you just know like the freedom that comes associated with 8 wheels, and then when you're just getting 4, you're like, man.
Dude, I and Andrew can attest to this. Like when we were filming that clip the other day that I can get, like just doing a soul, like my wheels are like kind of shot already.
Really?
Like 2.5 hours of skating, yeah.
What's
Not
up?
shot, but like they're pretty worn already.
Wow. That's how often you go through wheels?
I mean,
What, once a month? Annie Rockers?
Annie Rocker. I mean, with as much skating as we do. Yeah, like every other month.
Yeah, I guess on flat, like, it makes sense. Like, I do every, like, 4 to 6 months, probably. I'm not one of those people that, like,
Yeah,
just...
but 4 to 6 is crazy when you
we
from
skate a lot.
someone who like skates Annie Rocker.
Right, but I'm saying flat, like, I rotate my wheels, like, every couple of sessions. I try to stay on top of it, and, like, you'd be surprised how long you can make, like, a decent pair of wheels last, or a couple pairs, you know?
You know what's annoying though when you grind on the flat frame and then it rubs up against your wheel and you gotta like file it out. You know,
Take a little razor blade and cut the chunk out.
Yeah, because I never really rode flat until this year. Before, like I tried Rossi stock, like 57 flat.
So, Rob, majority of that section was in them skates. And I feel like
Yeah.
a good amount of your new section will also be in them skates, but you recently put on
No, I
the
don't think
Rosies,
so.
right?
Did I have it? Oh, I got a few clips in them. Yeah, no, I'm back on the fifths.
Fifth Elements?
Yeah.
Those are actually a skate I'm considering right
Did
now.
you ever
You
try
like 'em?
Valo?
I never had vols ever. Never had them.
It's the same.
What did you
It's the
skate
same,
before
yeah.
that? Like
Before
like,
thems?
New Jacks and shit. Before like I met you. Like what
When
did
I
you skate
came
before
back
that?
in like 2016, I moved to I moved right behind a skate park. So I was like, and I just gotten sober like very recently to that, and I got shadows. I got like yeah, I got just the shell of shadows. Whatever, I forget what version they were, with the hinge on the cuff, and just the skeleton, and I wore sneakers, like Nike running shoes.
Oh shit.
And I started going to the skate park at
Can
like
you
6
do
in the
that?
morning,
Can
and I
you
was
just
like, dude,
use
this
any
is
shoes?
awesome.
There's no rules to this game.
Yeah, no, I
I know they have like
shoes-
specific footbeds.
I don't even know. I never even
Originals
seen the
were-
footbeds.
Were like a lower cut shoe. They weren't like
They're
a
like
high
a
top.
Vans, you know, or
Yeah,
like
they weren't like a high
SB,
top.
you know.
I
Like,
had a pair of like they were like Walmart Adidas ripoffs that were really good in it, and they fit really nice in it. But it didn't make too much of a difference for me. Those were good. I liked them for like tricks. Like you can do like good grinds and shit. Like if they're huge soles and they don't
The
skate.
soles are
Good. They don't
huge.
like skate good though, you know. But yeah.
but most of your section this year is going to be in Rosie's. So you
Yeah.
find that Rosie's fits your gap and big feature.
Oh,
lifestyle.
no, that's been
I've
a
heard
joke.
they're a little flexible and like.
No, I figured it out. They're really good skates. They're like the best skates. Like they're well made. They're good, but they're
Like they're literally
They-
just a Valo light shell. You can see exactly where
Hmm?
the plastic changes color. Like it looks like the same mold.
it's a well constructed. Like the sole is good. It's like, but for me, it's like, and they fit good too on the bottom. But I supinate on the left of my foot, so I had to make some adjustments in it. I put washers in between the sole and the boot on the inside, and it gives it a little angle. And then I cock the frame. I put a spacer in the frame that cocks it off. So, but I'm good now. But
I've never
yeah,
seen
no one would
anyone-
ever. But if I was looking at like my foot just flops over, and just my left foot like completely flops over.
I'm super.
But I
I'm the
fixed-
same. I'm supinating like crazy.
I fixed it with like washers in the boot. Like it's like I looked at hockey skates. They do it. They put like a wedge of like just a plastic, like a millimeter, and they unrivet it. You know, like they pop the and they put a plastic in it. And they cock it.
I've never had an issue in hockey like with that. I've never heard of that in hockey.
I was like, dude, I love these skates, but like, my foot is floppy as hell. But like, I figured out how to fix it, and I'm psyched.
Is the thing with a hockey skate, you're so tight to the boot,
Yeah.
so that there's no real side to side flex at all in a hockey skate.
like.
But like, you need that flex in a rollerblade.
It's not even I don't even know if it's the flex because I know this from speed skating. Like, there's if you could take the frame and like angle it, like move if it was adjustable, like that way, you know, like your foot's here, and like if you could, I would put it out a little bit like that, and I'd be straight. But instead I put a spacer in it, so it's like this.
It's wild.
Nah. But then, yeah, no. But
And you don't like. Do you notice a difference?
It's immediate. I put my foot down and I was like, oh, that fixed it. I was standing straight up on my skates and I was like, holy shit, like that made such a, like, this millimeter little space, like.
You might have something there. You might have a product there.
It's a piece of, it's washers from Wish frames and a piece of cutting board that I cut out that fits on half the frame. And it just like makes the frame up. It also makes the angle a little tighter on my sole on the outside because now it's like it'll pinch a little bit on like a ledge. I don't know.
So let's wrap this up, man. So you're you're pushing.
Nobody's
40.
even listening.
You're pushing
to that
40.
anymore after that.
You're pushing 40.
Yeah.
You're putting out this new section this year.
Yeah.
You know, as you're approaching your 40s, what's your mindset, Blaine? Are you just trying to, keep going and longevity? Or are you just trying to keep pushing this thing? Like, I love how, you do kind of keep pushing yourself and you go big and shit despite your age. So, I don't know, man. It's just a number to you?
It's a noticeable obstacle is age. But I'm an addict and like I have a weird obsession with blading and like I get really into it and like I don't know what I'll do if I can't do it, but I'm gonna keep doing it and that'll obviously evolve into more big wheeling and distance and shit, but
yeah, you're a blader.
I can't
forever,
stop.
Man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I feel like even if you can't aggressive skate for some reason, you'll still be out there big wheeling. Even if you can't big wheel, you'll be wreck skating.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can remember like a little bit of life before skating, but then like the part of life that like didn't really have skating in it was horrible. So like I'm not gonna go like not skate because
Hell yeah.
there's a direct correlation there.
For sure.
And alcohol
When I was
too.
working the most, it was, and you couldn't skate, it sucked. And then I just got fat.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Oh, dude, and if you do it to yourself though, like if you're just like you drink a poison that like causes you to not be able to fucking do what you do, like that's horrible. But
I'm pumped to see what your new section's gonna be like.
it's definitely fun to go out and try shit.
It's
So.
coming together, dude.
It's certainly coming together. Alright, where can the people find you? I know you're not a big social media
My
guy.
address is 150 Washington Street.
The
I'm
Milford
there,
Skate
I'm
Park
there
every
all
day.
day. I'm a stay-at-home
Milford
dad. Come
Skate
visit
Park,
me.
6 o'clock.
I'm at
every
the
day.
Milford Skate Park every day at 6. Unless I'm out in the streets.
Alright, you want to leave the people with anything, Rob?
No.
Alright. Well, thanks for coming on, buddy. I
Anybody
appreciate you
listening to this
celebrating
is-
forever soon, turning
Yes.
1.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, buddy. Tell the wife
Wait,
and the
wait.
kid we said hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and should we drop it?
Should we drop what?
New name, new video?
Oh, do we drop it? Do we reveal it? It's a big end of the podcast reveal. Alright, Dave. Take
What
us
is it?
out, man.
Alright, the new video is going to be called Always Next Time. Releasing TBD.
Releasing 2020.
Dude,
Yeah, releasing soon.
Releasing soon. End of 2020. You heard it here, folks. Rob will have a section. I will. Dave will. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. Keep a lookout for that. Follow us at Tall Boys Blade Team on Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And if you're in the market for any quality CBD products, check out our sponsors at The Remedy CBD on Instagram for all of the best craft CBD products based out of Wallingford, Connecticut.
Alright, nice spiel.
Good job, guys.
that's awesome.